But let me start with the basics. What is software testing? So the common misconception is software testing is some clicking some buttons, sending some requests to endpoints, and then they validate what the response is. But testing is more than that. Testing is making sure the software, whatever we are testing, software or hardware, medical devices, there is like hundreds of applications that needs rigorous testing. I mean, even for food, if you think about it, there are food testers. For restaurants, there are like restaurant someone who actually validates uh, what kind of what is the quality of the food inspector. Or if you think about traffic, there is a traffic constable. So testing is something like that. It just validates, make sure the consumer have the feeling that this doesn't make any problem for them. So that there are two cases of it. One is it should exactly what we call it as requirements, right? So it should first and foremost, a software should do what it promises. Then it shouldn't do something what it doesn't promise, or something blocking from what they promised. Third is creating some weird scenarios. Imagine you go to Amazon. Your intention is what? Go there, buy some stuff, and add it to checkout. I mean, if you think about it as a consumer, that is what you would be doing, right? So you go to Amazon, you select an option, add to checkout, and then pay the amount, including the price or whatever. Then you just pay the amount and the product is delivered to you. So there are like multiple levels of actions happens in this scenario when we are talking about Amazon as a software, right? Then you have like Amazon website and you have Amazon mobile app. So how these two things are coordinating with each other. So that is what testing is about. Testing to make sure there are like hundreds of, I mean, if you think about it, like Amazon website, right? Amazon website have rating system. Amazon mobile app has rating system. It has a checkout process. This has a checkout process. That has a add to cart functionality. This has a add to cart functionality. So you have like these functionalities might be triggered from different areas. Then behind the scenes, behind the curtains, there will be two different things might be happening on these software user actions. User do the same thing from two different locations, but what happens is two different actions happening from individual device perspective, but in the system the action is same. So that is where we split that into front end, back end. That is what you're confused about, right? So there are like front end, back end, there are databases and all those things. So this is where it's all comes from. The front end is what the consumer uses. The back end is servicing the front end, and then the back end servicing it, and it also need to store the data, persisting the information somewhere. That is what we call it as database. So when you are thinking about testing from a consumer perspective, it's a very simple process of login, add cart, checkout, pay. Simple as that. But from a tester's perspective, this is like multiple functionalities, and you need to test it on mobile web, web application, mobile web, and then Android, iOS. So you have a long area to cover, make sure none of our consumers have these problems. Like we need to reduce, I mean, obviously it's all coming from a code, so there may be some mistakes, there may be issues. So how do we identify these issues? How do we solve the problem? That is what testing is all about. So for more content, follow. Let's talk about more about testing more.